This story is called Anything New. Womby-Woo was a little wombat who did not like anything new. His home was inside his mother's warm, furry pouch, and this is where he wanted to stay. It was so comfortable here. Why should he want to move anywhere else? Sometimes, Womby-Woo would climb out to have a drink at the waterhole or nibble some sweet mossy grass. But he never stayed very long out in the world. If the wind blew around him and ruffled his fur, back into his mother's pouch he would jump. Womby-Woo didn't like anything new. If raindrops started to fall on his head, back into his mother's pouch he would jump. Womby-Woo did not like anything new. If other wombats came too close to him, back into his mother's pouch he would jump. Womby-Woo didn't like anything new. His mother's pouch was his home, the only home he had ever had. But Womby-Woo was growing, and his mother's pouch was staying the same size. Early one morning, when Womby-Woo had finished drinking an unusually large amount of water at the water hole and nipped an unusually large amount of sweet, mossy grass, he tried to climb back inside the pouch home. But this time, only his head seemed to fit into the pouch, and his body stayed outside. He tried again, putting his tummy in first, but still his body stayed outside. He tried again, putting his feet in first, but still his body stayed outside. What was Womby-Woo to do? Suddenly, he found himself out in the big wide world where everything was new. And Womby-Woo didn't like anything new. Looking around, Womby-Woo saw a large bush. He crawled underneath and made a hole in the sand and curled up inside. It wasn't the same as his mother's pouch, but it was all he had. He tried to sleep, but everything was too new. Suddenly, from somewhere in the bush, came the loudest, strangest sound Womby-Woo had ever heard. Womby-Woo looked up, and on a branch right above his head was a large brown and white bird. "Who are you?" said Womby-Woo. "And why are you making such a loud noise?" "I am Mr. Kookaburra, and this is my laugh. And I'm laughing at you, Womby-Woo." "What is so funny?" asked Womby-Woo. "You are so funny, Womby-Woo. It's so funny that you don't like anything new. Don't you know that new can be fun?" Womby-Woo was very surprised to hear this. "It is not fun lying here in a cold, sandy hole," he said. "Then follow me," said Mr. Kookaburra, and he flew out of the bush and along the track, laughing as he went. Womby-Woo stood up and cautiously followed Mr. Kookaburra. The moon had just risen in the sky and was shining brightly over the distant hills. The wildflowers along the track were nodding their pretty heads towards him. It seemed as if they were saying, "Welcome to the world." Dragonflies were flittering from bush to bush. and frogs were croaking all around. Wombi-Woo was surprised to find how beautiful the outside world could be. The track led down to a waterhole. A new waterhole. A waterhole his mother had not yet taken him to. Around the edge, having dust baths and playing in the shallow water, were many other little wombats, just about his size. They looked up when they saw Wombi-Woo and called out to him, "Come and play with us, Wombi-Woo." So Wombi-Woo joined the other little wombats and played all night. The next morning, the father and mother wombats arrived at the waterhole to meet up with their little ones. After digging holes together in the soft ground under the trees, they slept there all the next day. It was a warm, cozy feeling for Wombi-Woo to be surrounded by his wombat family once again. When he woke up, he couldn't wait to play with his friends. It was such fun. And every night, Wombi-Woo's friends helped him to do something new and to learn something new. To his surprise, Wombi-Woo began to like things that were new. He would often hear Mr. Kookaburra laughing at dusk and dawn from the tall treetops. But Wombi-Woo knew he wasn't laughing at him anymore. Mr. Kookaburra was just having fun. Keep laughing and keep having fun. You were listening to To Suno by Sneha.